I'll take Luffy. I'll take Luffy.
No, you cannot take Luffy because you know that you want for the take.
What?
What are you talking about? What?
You know I was for the use Luffy.
Okay, but
In the server where you
okay, I'll take Chris Rayon Fade.
No,
you're gonna take him.
I'm not taking Gojo.
It's the best, bro. I'm gonna tell you.
That's just so ass. I feel like he would unironically lose to that argument, but I'll take Chris Rayon Fade.
Okay. Careless, you said I unironically lose to that argument when
yes, you would lose to the Gojo.
Kel gonna literally tell this guy that you literally forfeit and start complaining about me using a rat argument.
I mean, to be fair, like, wait, actually, matter of fact, I want to have a fun debate. I don't want to use all my other shit. Yo, send me that Gojo shit.
Okay, Gojo. Sure. Go ahead, use Gojo.
You're gonna lose. Like I'm telling you this right now. You're gonna lose.
Let's see.
You're saying I'm gonna lose, but you can't really.
Best Gojo argument.
You lost.
He don't know how to use Luffy. Send me the like the negative shit, the negative number shit.
Bro, say I don't know how to use Luffy. No, it's not that I don't know how to use Luffy. I'm just using Luffy the way he's supposed to be used instead of writing about some shit.
I'm gonna go first too. I'm gonna go first too.
I disagree. Sure, we can. Sure, you can go first. That's fine. Oh, wait, my laptop might get up. I'm gonna join VC and talk on my laptop, but I'm gonna lower my mic. I'm not gonna use nothing. It's just because I'm muffled on my phone, and I just want to be.
They know like the base. They know like any basic thing about physics. They'd be able to debunk the argument.
I think it's so ass. Like he gonna hop on his laptop, and then as soon as you start talking over him, he gonna start laughing like a yo. That's
good. Demar, so you got Luffy, right?
I got Monkey D.
Okay, my position is that Gojo wins. Your position is that Luffy wins, right?
My position would be that my character wins. Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Alright, so Gojo can manipulate negative numbers and can do a lot of things.
Oh, so you're coming with that argument that people were using in 2020. Oh, okay.
What is he talking about?
You're coming with an argument that was used in 2020.
You're gonna lose the argument, but he can do.
He
can manifest contradictions.
Can you go ahead and send the scans right quick?
It's in the general chat.
Okay. I'm checking general. I don't see in general. Can you send the scans?
It's in the system. It's in the system.
I'm looking. Okay, it's in the system.
Yes, it's a scan that Zenny sent.
Oh yeah, I got Zenny blocked, and I'm now blocking him. So like, you got it. Can you send the scans?
Yeah, just copy.
So petty. He does realize he can just look at the unblock the block. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nah,
he's a rock.
But he can by using the infinity contradictions. Right.
Let me go look.
Any disagreements?
Okay, it never reached the target. My techniques involved an infinite series, things that are personally slow down. I'm doing that. I can create a magnetic effect. Like before, but to tell the truth is difficult and impossible situations like both manifesting by applying this the limitless things such as negative. Oh, natural negative numbers. All right, what you would argue with this?
Okay, so he can do contradictions.
You could argue that he can do contradictions.
Yeah, because it says impossible situations like negative on apples manifest. Okay. Obviously, a negative property can exist.
Okay. I'm gonna try and do an argument for this. Do you agree that his technique or Gojo himself is predicated off space and time?
What does that mean?
Okay, do you agree that? So what I'm asking you is that do you agree that this set character exists without the framework of a set reality? That's it.
I don't think he's limited to it. So no.
Zenny, can you mute your mic?
Okay, sure. Can you provide evidence that?
Yeah, I'm saying that if this is true, he's not limited to space and time. So probably no.
Okay, sure. But I'm asking you, can you provide evidence from it?
Yeah, the statement's true. It's a conditional. If the statement's true, then this is the consequence.
Okay, I got this. Okay, so let me just go ahead and get this scan right quick.
Yo, that's Shikio. It's real life, Shikio. Nigga said bitch repellent. That's fucked up. Oh, that's Johnny. How is he losing to this argument? You some bro. You gotta hit the pad, bro. Please, making me mad.
Okay, sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and make this point. So Gojo died, therefore he's limited by time.
That doesn't mean he's limited by time. Wait, chill. What if Gojo has like avatars, like he can go to? Like, what if he just hit one of his avatars? And then again, I don't even think this will prove anything because maybe Sukuna can also be contradicted.
Let me check. Hold on. Let me check the hypothetical that you brought up. Right. Even if you were to try to argue that, what if Gojo have like avatars, you're gonna have to bring some form of justification.
Because the statement is true. That's the statement.
You're saying that, okay, sure. You said okay, sure. I can say I can fly. That doesn't necessarily mean I can fly. Just because you're saying
the statement he can fly. He can fly. The statement's true. So
That's not the real slime. That's not the comparison I'm making. You're not really attacking the argument. What I'm saying is okay. Okay, again, what I'm saying is, I'm going to finish my argument before you try to take it. What I'm saying is, the comparison I'm making that you're saying right here is making a statement or making a claim that a statement is true. A statement true isn't evidence in order to support that claim.
So are you retarded? Okay, we can take the statement to be true because all the other statements outside this are true.
I mean, okay, just like we can take a statement to be true, we can also take a statement to be false. Just because we can take a statement
no, we can't because it's more likely to be true. It's more likely to be true. That's not that wouldn't follow.
So
that's not how livelihood works.
Doesn't really attack what.
That's not how livelihood works. It's more likely to be true because the other statements in the skin are true.
Do you mind repeating yourself? I couldn't.
Oh my god! It's more likely to be true because all the other statements Gojo makes are also true and map onto reality. So we have no reason. So we have no reason to believe this statement wouldn't map onto reality.
Okay, sure. Hold on. Okay, sure. Can you provide evidence orders to support that claim though?
Oh, okay, sure. You know how Gojo's affinity works?
I mean, yes, a little bit, but not necessarily.
Okay, so basically, he can slow down things that come towards him. That's the statement he makes in the scan. Like if you were to like punch him, he'd slow you down. I don't think you would disagree with that. Like, kind of obvious.
Okay, sure. So let's go ahead and take this in hand. Gojo has also made the claim that no one can beat him, and also made the claim that he's the strongest character, or in this setting, the strongest sorcerer in JJK. He made claims like that, right? But we also see him getting beaten by Sukuna. Even if you were to use the conditional
statement, because that's his avatar. He beat up his avatar.
Hold on. Again, you're gonna have to provide evidence for that. You're gonna have to provide evidence
for that. Because the first statement is true. Are you retarded? It's more likely to be true. Obviously, we can test the other statements. Wait, chill, stop.
Hold on.
Stop. I wasn't.
Do you mind if I actually attack this right quick? Because I can actually attack this, right? So you're trying to make the claim. So here goes where your whole argument falls. Your whole argument hinges on that. The first claim is true. Then
I think you should loud mic. I think you should loud mic.
Wait, chill. Y'all, is that like moderation? Y'all want moderation?
Yeah, bro. I want to talk. Like, let me talk. Mute him, bro.
Okay, sure. I'm gonna let you.
No, mute him.
He said he's gonna let you talk. He said he's gonna be good, bro.
Retarded. Oh my god. So if he's just retarded, okay, the statement that Gojo's the strongest sorcerer is still true if Gojo can make avatars of himself. If he can make avatars of himself, that would just be a weaker avatar, and you can never prove that that's Gojo's main body, because the first statement I sent is true and taken to be true, and you aren't denying the fucking. You're retarded. You're literally not denying the induction. You're just an idiot.
Okay, sure. So let me go ahead. I can't actually defeat this argument. It is actually a very easy argument to defeat. I'm simply going to start off by saying it. So your whole argument hinges on if the first statement that he says is true, then it inherently mean that every other statement that comes after that statement. Okay, will be true, right?
Yeah, and there's reasons for why.
So now you showed the claim where Gojo said that that how is the word that he stayed you down, but I also showed a claim that wasn't unnecessarily true, right? So now the you're trying to make the statement that what if he have avatars? Well, your whole argument hinges on statements that Gojo himself made. So could you show me any credible statement where Gojo says he has avatars? If not,
oh my god. Obviously, the statements he makes in the first scan
hypothetical situation that is not necessarily depending upon the reality of the second.
Listen,
So
stop being
unless you show me a
retarded.
statement on where he
Stop,
actually
shut
stated
up,
this
shut
as
up, shut
thing,
up, shut up. My God, you just asked a
then we
question.
can just
You just asked
go
a
ahead and go to the
question.
questions after that.
You just asked a question. Shut up. I'm gonna dismiss all of that stupid gap because you
Mhm.
asked a question. Let me respond to it. Retard. If you can fucking track, obviously it's more likely to be true that if the statements that Gojo makes actually map onto reality, and we see a consistent trend of information or a consistent trend of that happening over and over again, it's more likelier than the negation that what I'm affirming is true. Because obviously the statement he's making inclusive to that scan analytically would be a statement. So we have no reason to believe that the statement wouldn't be true by virtue of Gojo making consistently true statements. You aren't denying that. So again, the whole point for why he can be stated to be the strongest sorcerer is due
Oh,
to the
my
fact
bad.
that he can have avatars. The fucking the death shit could be an avatar. That's more likely to be true as well if the first statement is true. Stop being retarded.
Okay. So real fly. I don't
Idiot.
think you're. Hold on. Bro, I'm just trying to be as gentle as I can. I don't think you're following your own argument, because if you done, you would know where you made your error. And secondly, that doesn't necessarily attack my
He's
argument.
retarded,
Again,
like
now for
literally
the repeat your
retarded.
argument back to you, and down for you
Oh
to
my god, you
destructive
don't
argument
know my
down so we can go to
argument.
conclusion. But here's your argument. Your argument hinges on the fact again that the statement that if the first statement that Gojo made is true, then necessarily any statement that Gojo, the keyword Gojo, makes
Oh my
after that
god.
would inherently be true. Now,
I'm saying
this
they're
is
more
what I'm asking
likely
you to
to be
prove.
true. I'm
Could
not
you
making a
prove that Gojo
universal
made the
claim.
statement
I'm
that he
saying
have
they're more
avatars?
likely to
Because
be
if he
true.
didn't make that statement, that would just mean that you're going by your own subjective standpoint,
What are you talking about?
which
He makes
isn't
the
necessarily a
statement
statement
in
that
the
maps onto
scan.
reality.
Bro, are you retarded?
Whether it's a statement that where you, I can
He
just say
makes the statement
more
in
like
the
arguing
scan.
from a
That's him
belief
making the
standpoint.
statement.
Now,
That's
again,
retarded.
another way I discredit this argument that you made the statement that you also another way I can. Oh my
Slow
gosh,
down,
brother, my
slow
bad. Let me
down.
slow down
Go one by
again.
one. Slow down.
Another way that I also discredit this argument that
You can't discredit
when you
anything.
made the
You're
claim
retarded.
that since his first argument is true, didn't necessarily mean that every argument he says after that
Oh my
after it would
god.
inherently be
I'm not
true.
making a
I
universal
show
claim.
evidence. And they try to
Oh
make a
my god.
hypothetical standpoint of him having avatars, which I already told you. Can you provide evidence where Gojo made this statement, or can you
Stop.
provide
Oh
any
my god.
evidence
Okay. Oh my
on
god.
where
Oh my
this
god.
has
Oh
been
my god.
shown in the scan?
If he
And
can do
also, basically what I'm
contradictions,
arguing to
it's more
provide for you is
likely
that
he made an avatar of himself
just because
that
someone
allowed himself
stated
to die in
something that
Sukuna.
such statement
You
that they
also
says
aren't
was
attacking the
true,
other
it doesn't
argument.
necessarily
What if
mean that every
Sukuna can
statement they
also
make
do
after that would
contradictions?
inherently be
Stop being
true.
retarded.
For an example, I can make the statement I'm black, which is true, but then the statement I can fly. Just because my first statement that I stated of me being black is true, it doesn't necessarily mean that the statement I stated after it would inherently be true.
Bro,
You're
because it's
basically just
more
supposing
likely
that
to be
you're
true.
basically
It's
just
more
supposing
likely to
the
be true.
character can
If
tell the
bro, my
truth.
god.
Therefore,
Do
that
you
means
know
that a
what? Do you
character
know what
can't lie.
Bayesian? Do you know what
That
Bayesian
what you
probability
inherently
theory is? Are you retarded? Do you know
that
what
what you
Bayesian probability
trying to
theory is?
propose, and I think I
Do
already
you
negated that. So
know
let you
what
actually deal with the
Bayesian
argument with that
probability
at
theory
hand,
is?
which is
Ask
that
him one
first
more
Stop
of
being
all,
time,
retarded.
Careless.
Do you know
which
what
is that first. Can
Bayesian
you provide any
probability
evidence,
theory is?
any
Hey,
information
Stop
that
being
Gojo
Bayesian.
retarded.
actually made the statement that he
Stop
have
being
Hey,
avatars?
retarded.
Because
Bayesian.
again,
Stop
your
being
whole
retarded.
argument, the whole
Stop
condition for your
being
argument, what it
retarded.
hinges on it, if
Stop being
Gojo
retarded.
actually made these statements himself.
Listen,
Again,
retard.
the claim
If
you
we
made that
have prior
if the
evidence
statement that
or
Gojo
prior
stated at first
experiences
is true, then
that
that
point
necessarily
or
means
pinpoint
any
to this
statement that
conclusion,
Gojo
it's more
make
likely to
after
be
that
Riley,
true
would
how you
if
feel
the
about that
the
information in
key
Bayesian?
the
word
data
in
set
that
aren't analytically
the key
different.
word in that
Obviously,
in
if
that claim
Gojo's
told you that
making a
if Gojo
statement,
made these
then
such
the
statements.
statement
So
turns out to
could
be
you
true and
provide
map
evidence
onto
of
reality. We have
whether
no
Gojo
reason
actually
to
made the
believe
statement of
until
he can
tested
have
that
if
the
he have
negation will
avatars,
be
yes or no?
true by virtue of the positive or the affirmation he's making, the statements he's making, and if they actually are true and map onto reality. Stop being retarded. Your negation has no evidence. We cannot test your negation. Stop being retarded. You have no basis. No basis at all. We can conclude. You are the dumbest nigga on earth. You are retarded.
The fact you trying
We
to
can move
scream.
on.
Okay, Gojo.
You're
I mean,
retarded.
okay, Curtis, can you come down, please? Can we talk one at a
We
time?
can move
Because
on.
okay, no, we cannot move on because I still don't think
You
you're
just
attacking my argument. And
what happened? What happened?
I
I thought
gave you the
what happened? You
justification of
scared?
your
Careless,
argument.
you
I
telling
gave
him,
it.
yo,
I
Careless,
finished your argument.
You
Careless,
Okay,
you
scared?
talking
I
You
about
don't
that
think
scared?
Bayesian shit again.
I don't think you
You
understand
you
your whole
scared?
argument. Can
You
Careless,
scared?
tell him about that
check this out.
Bayesian shit again.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Essentially, do you mind
I'm
muting
gonna
your
keep. I'm
mic,
gonna keep
bro,
beating
while
his
we're
ass. I'm gonna keep
debating?
beating his
Thank you.
ass.
Bring up
So,
Asian
Curly,
popularity.
I'm gonna put
You
your
fucking
argument.
retard. Oh my
Curly,
god.
Curly,
Dumbest
I'm
nigga
gonna
on
put your
fucking
argument into a
earth.
P1
Hold on.
format. P1
Hold
format,
on.
right quick.
Hold on.
P1.
Introduction to
If the P1, if the
plausibility.
first statement that
It's
Gojo
essential to
makes is
understand
true,
by
then
Bayesian
therefore
plausible
any
prior
other
and
statement
Bayesian
that Gojo
statistics.
makes
How
What?
after
prior
that would
represents our
be
initial
true.
beliefs about the parameters of a
P
model. preserving any data. A plausible prior is one that is reasonable or justifiable based on existing knowledge or theoretical considerations. When we say that one based in plausible prior is more plausibly risen than another, we're essentially discussing how to compare the justification or the rationales behind different priors to determine which one or more is credible or more supportive. When we say that one based in plausible prior is more plausible than
moderate,
another, we're
please?
essentially discussing how to.
Like, holy shit. Like, how are they even hearing each other's arguments, bruh? Like, they're just both fucking spurging.
Wait, hey, bro, I don't think we should interrupt their process. This is creative. This is
Not
their creative
getting
process.
any.
But what happens in reality? You have no excuse of negation of truth.
Let them do it. Let them
All right,
get to
He's getting his ass
try to get
beat.
this back on the same track.
Listen, Careless. I'm trying to debate
He's
respectful with
getting
you.
his
I'm trying to
ass
go
beat.
one at a time, right?
Just go to
But if you want to
conclusions.
continue to try to scream over
He's
me and continue to try to
losing.
lie on my, then I would just
He's
have to get on my, I
losing.
would just have to get on my laptop
We kick a clue.
or
Yeah, you loud my
PC,
key to Ben. You loud
and I
my
would
key
have
to
to.
Ben.
in
You loud
No,
my
I'm
key
gonna
to
have to
Ben.
just.
in
We can move
2025,
on.
it's looking like Careless,
We
my
can move
favorite
on.
debater.
We
Okay, hold on,
we
hold on.
can
Okay, that's
conclude.
fine.
We
Okay,
can
that's fine. Let me go to
conclude.
conclusion.
We
But
can
I don't
conclude.
think
You're
you let me
retarded.
come on,
We
man.
can conclude. We can
Okay, sure, that's
conclude.
fine. Okay, sure, that's fine. That's
Okay,
fine.
thank you. Can we get a verdict on the point he's retarded? Oh my god.
No,
How did Demar
can
answer
I actually give my
statement?
conclusions first on why I think I won?
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Okay,
no, I don't know. I
so
don't think he
no,
responded
no,
to
no, no,
Bayesian.
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
know.
no, no,
He
no,
didn't.
no.
He didn't
Let me go
respond to
get
my
my. Let me go get my
statement.
reason on why I think I won. Slime Purple, do you mind muting? I mean, Slime Purple, do you mind muting Official and the other guy at the top because they keep on wanna like.
Go
Who's
ahead and
the
give
other
your
guy?
They keep on trying to
conclusions,
talk.
bro. Give your conclusions. Don't mute.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm sorry.
Okay, sure. So, so I'm going to give the reason why I want on this point on this point. So issue I know he made the assertion that if the first statement that my uh character makes is true, then therefore any other statement that my character makes would be true. So now I'm gonna put this
My
to
watch.
P1 and P2. I'm gonna put this into P1 P2 format. So now P1 would have to be, as you already know, any since the
He's
first
retarded.
shut up. So, okay, sure. So I'm gonna put this to P1 format in the way I understand it. Okay, P1. My
Hey, that's
character
cool.
makes.
That's
Hold on,
cool.
P1. My character makes a claim. Therefore, any other claim, might
That's
therefore
not
make a
the
true.
argument.
No. Hold on. Let me finish right quick. You're right. P1. If the claim that my character makes is true, then therefore any other claim that my character makes, or any other statement in this case that my character makes, would be true. P2. Your P2 will have to be this, Careless. P2. P2. So you already know what the P1 is. That's going to be the first statement that your character makes, which is about his affinity. Your P2 will have to be this. Your P2 will have to be that. My character makes the statement that he have avatars. The condition for the statement to be true. The condition for the statement to be true in order to follow your first premise that your character will have to make these statements himself. That's why I put it on to question you.
That's
Prove
not my
that your character
argument.
made the
That's not
statement
my
of the
argument.
avatar. That is your argument, though.
No,
Okay,
it's not.
we can go ahead and rewind back to recording right quick. Can we just like postpone then rewind back recording and actually see what you
Bro,
stated?
no.
Because like we just gonna go circle it at this point. If you're gonna keep on saying he didn't state it, and I'm gonna keep on saying he did do it. So like
That's not my argument. No, my
okay, sure.
argument is that if Gojo makes a statement and it ends up being true, then it's possibly true that other statements he makes are true. P2 is true, therefore Q will follow. The substance and the reason for why P2 is true is because we have evidence testing. We have evidence proving that to be true, which is P1.
Okay, thank you. That's
Simple.
fine.
Stop being retarded.
That's fine. Okay, thank you. That's fine. Yes.
No, that's fine. You're retarded. You are the dumbest nigga on earth. You are retarded. So, Bali, I'm gonna get my conclusions.
Why
I'm gonna get my
No,
conclusions
retarded
now.
like that?
So,
I'm not
Bali,
done with my conclusions. I'm not done with my conclusions. I just need you to capitalize. Okay. Thank you for doing it because you didn't help at all.
are you
just
good?
kind of
Like,
stated the same shit, and the only thing that you added in what you said was that possibly.
he's retarded.
Again, read to everyone. Listen to what he said. If he used the word he, but if my character, I'm just gonna put that. If the claim that my character makes is true, then possibly any other claim that my character makes after that would be true. Oh my god. Now, the condition for this to be set is that your character will have to make the claim himself in order for you to assert that these claims is possibly true.
Oh my god, the claim. Are you retarded?
Thank you. Now, I
Well, I'm
told
not
you, and I
support
put the
why it's
burden on
true.
you to prove that your character made the claim
Wait,
on
ask
whether
him
he
again, or he retarded.
on if he actually
You,
if he have
bro,
avatars or
are you
not.
retarded? You're
Because
like
that's what
literally
you
the
asserted.
dumbest nigga
You
on
didn't
earth.
provide evidence for the claim of where
Yes, I
where he
did.
actually
You're
stated himself
retarded.
that he had avatars again, which
You're
was the condition
retarded.
for your
You granted
premise, by the
everything
way.
I said, by the way, because you're a
Yeah.
retard.
Oh my god. I'm done, bro. I'm done, bro.
Okay, you're done. You're done.
Okay,
So Bradley.
forget. Oh God, I would
So
finish it to Kel. I would let Kel argue.
Bradley. The
Kel want to tell me
argument's
that you're
simple.
retarded.
The argument's
I'm
listen.
just
The
like,
argument.
go ahead and give your whatever verdict you give, bro. I'm done.
So listen. So the argument's real simple. I just explained to him that if Gojo makes a statement and it turns out to be true, then it's likely that the next statement he makes will possibly be true, or it's more likely to be true. I substantiate that being true.
Bro, what? Wait, hello, wait, go back. You said if Gojo makes a fucking statement, then it's possibly true.
Yes, possibly true. And then
Oh my god.
And then I support the argument by showing him that in the first scan, Gojo makes true statements. Since the other statement he makes is a statement, we have no reason to believe it isn't true. He doesn't counter the argument, and I just like beat him up.
Because I don't.
He has literally. That's pretty
good. Bro, nigga, what? Bro, okay.
Hey, he didn't respond.
Soundpert.
Yeah,
okay.
Good.
I did actually attack the argument, right? But he don't understand how I attack the argument. Again, so the condition that he said that his character will have to meet the claim for this setting to be possibly true. When I show evidence on where his character
doesn't have to
work. Okay, no, shut up.
Wait, chill.
So I attack that by saying that, well, Gojo has also made the claim that he's the strongest, that he can do this and stuff, right? Which he agreed with. Hold on. Which he agreed with. We can go around back recording if you try to say he did.
I don't care. I agree with that. I don't care.
Okay. Now, I show Gojo losing. His negation to that, well, what if Gojo have avatars and all,
yeah,
right?
yes, we for avatars.
And then remember, the context on why he said he could have avatars was the same thing that he just gave you now.
No, it's not.
We can go ahead and rewind. Hold on. We can
the first scan is true.
Shut up. Careless, can you shut up?
If the first scan is true, then it's likely.
Wait, chill, man. Careless, he literally let you talk.
Now, the reason on why he was going to argue that him or Gojo have avatars is true, and we can remember back recording if he's trying to say he didn't say this because I heard him say it, by the way. He said that since the first claim, or if the first claim that my character made is true, which is how Gojo affinity works, then him have avatars would have to be true. Now and then I attacked by saying, well, the condition that you set was that this character will have to state the claims himself in order for you to assert the benefit for this set thing, because the condition he set was that if the first claim he makes it true, then any other claim that he makes, again, he specified this to a specific.
That means him being the
strongest. I don't think Careless isn't saying that like it's actually true. He just said it's possibly true.
Now,
yeah,
yes, thank you. Now, that was sure. Even if you were to say it could be possibly true, right? Which is what he was trying to say. He would still have to prove that Gojo made the statement on that he have avatars or bring some.
Bro, I'm saying, oh my god, if he's the strongest and he's illogical, all I said is that based off of those two ideas and those two interpretations, it's more likely he'd make an avatar of himself. That's weaker. Because obviously, the statement about it.
Hold on, Curly. That's not how the process follows. It
doesn't matter. You never attacked it.
Evidence on how you lost this argument again.
So can you please attack the avatar argument?
Wait, Careless. After you said like it's like true, like or possibly true, what does that get your? What does that get your argument?
Sure. Okay.
So I was trying. When I made the claim it's possibly true, I was just telling him that obviously it's impossible to make a false statement, but based off the evidence that we do have, that's just not likely.
Bro, it's impossible to make a false statement.
What?
Bro, did you say obviously it's impossible?
I didn't say that. I didn't say you can't.
What did you say?
I said it's possible. I said it's possible
to make a false
statement.
Oh no. The fuck this nigga think he Nagi, bro? Bro, hey, Careless, you said what? Bro.
Oh God, I said it's possible.
This nigga isn't. Infinity is from Nebraska. He do not play soccer. Come on, bro.
This nigga.
But I say it's possible for the statement to be true.
This nigga don't even gotta go.
I didn't say it's impossible.
Since it's possible for the statement to be true, it gets you where?
Yeah, you said what?
Where does it get you in your argument?
It gets me on the argument because he thinks I'm making a definitive. I'm just saying that if the statements he makes in the first, chill, bro. I'm saying if the statements he makes in the first scan are considered to be there's no reason that we should just say the other statement in the scan isn't true.
Wait, can you repeat that again? I couldn't hear you.
So I'm saying if the first statements, due to them being true statements, and if those are true and I actually map one to reality, it's more likely the other statement that he makes is taken to be true.
So
that's the whole point.
Okay, so bro, what the fuck? So since it's possible, since he can make a possible claim that it can be true, we're supposed to take the first two statements to be true because of what?
Because the statements are true, bro.
No, he's just saying that.
Oh my god. Okay, not only is that like that's like so retarded, but yo, Demar, what do you respond with this one?
Oh, you're talking about since we know the first thing.
And I bring up the Bayesian shit. You never attacked it.
Then therefore we can most likely. Okay, yeah, I responded. Okay, yeah, that's where I actually responded with the claim on how he also made other claims about him being the spring or that he's undefeated. Then I actually showed evidence of him losing. We kind of already like.
Why is nigga not
by the way, just to let you know, his response to my negation was that. What if Gojo have avatars? He brought up the possibility of Gojo having avatars.
No, I didn't. That's the point I said.
Now, by the way, it in his defense, we can just rewind back the recording, bro. So the judge can actually know what happened.
Probability. You never attacked it.
I did actually attack it, but okay.
I said that we have priors that are concrete and actually map onto reality. You never attacked that. And then I said that there's no way to verify if the negation is true based off evidence. You never attacked it either.
Okay, you gonna let me finish?
Yeah, how did you respond to the Bayesian argument?
Okay, so how do I respond to which argument?
Hey, Spooky. I
didn't hear you. How do I respond to
You're
which
not
argument?
here.
Yes.
How did you respond to the Bayesian argument?
The Bayesian argument?
Yes. You don't even know what I said, do you?
You're talking about the argument that you gave to negation. You're talking about the argument that you gave to this. You're talking about the argument that you gave to disprove my argument. I don't know, but if you actually did brought up the argument, I probably didn't hear because you probably tried to argue with me or tried to make the argument while I was probably talking already.
Demar is probably probable.
Another argument. So like,
there's nothing wrong with that argument.
If you probably did, hold on. If you probably did make the argument, and I probably didn't attack it, you probably was doing it while I was already trying to make an argument.
No, I wasn't. I brought up the argument when you were not talking.
Okay, so you brought up the argument while I was not talking. Okay.
Yeah, I brought up Bayesian probability.
Can you repeat the argument for me? Okay, sure. Can you repeat the argument for me?
Oh my fucking god! I'm saying that we have a prior that's tested and verifiable. Based off of this prior, we cannot verify if the negation has any real evidence for it being true or tested. I'm saying that based off the idea that we can examine the prior, we can verify if it's true. We have other evidence supporting the argument being true.
Hold on.
You didn't. So you're talking about. You're talking about. You're talking about.
Yeah, I said that the negation isn't.
You talking about the possible reason argument. I already attacked that.
How did you attack?
I even give an example just because. Okay, sure.
I'm
going to attack that, right? So, okay, sure. So the possible reason argument that you made, I attacked it by saying that. Again, I'm pretty sure that's why I kind of responded with that. With that, we also have evidence going to basically where Gojo actually lied about statement that he technically made, and I think I gave justification in multiple examples for multiple instances where he lied, and then I responded, and then after that I think I wrap it up before I added some.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Yo, how do you respond to that, Careless?
What response to what?
Yeah, him saying that there's instances where Gojo lies.
He said, "Bro, oh my god!" I told him he can never prove that or didn't see any evidence for that. And then that doesn't go against what I said. That just relates to the possible shit. Because obviously it's possible the statements he makes are wrong. It just isn't as likely he doesn't making a true statement. He never attacked that.
Bro, what?
Yeah, this judge retarded. We're not having
that. Bro, yo,
said no.
This nigga's retarded.
Because if he doesn't prove he lies, I don't care. Like, what are you talking about?
Bro,
yeah, he didn't prove that he lied.
What?
He didn't prove that. He never
Hold
proved
on.
that.
Judge, do you mind if I actually respond to that? I did actually show multiple evidence where I prove he lied. You
Nigga's a
responded,
retard.
again, I keep on saying that's where you responded with using the fact that he have multiple avatars. You were saying since he have avatars, you can't never prove that was the real Gojo. That's basically what the fuck you repeated after
Bro,
that.
what does that even mean? But are you retarded? No, there still exists a real Gojo. He just has
Okay,
avatars of himself.
hold on.
Bro,
I'm
I
not
just want to get
retarded.
this. How did you wait? Careless.
And wait, by the way, one more point. How do you ever respond?
You're calling me
Careless. Wait,
retarded
chill.
for repeating the argument that you yourself
Bro,
made.
chill.
All I'm doing is repeating
Oh,
your own
wait.
argument.
I just want to
So
make
you're
sure I got
calling
the
me
points right. Okay.
retarded for repeating your own argument. Then, bro,
Wait, hold on. Careless. I just want to make sure I get your point right. You said in chat, right? What's it called? Since he can make true statements, I guess.
No, it's not.
Bro, dude, you don't even know what the fuck I'm about to say.
You're retarded. I know. I can see the fucking message, you retard. You stupid.
So, okay. Watch me say the exact same thing. What did you say, Careless?
Okay, when I said that Gojo makes true statements, Gojo is shown to make true statements inside of JJK. Since he makes true statements inside of JJK, it's possible that the next statement he makes will also be true. I support P being true by showing evidence, and I support and like literally like the fuck you talking about?
Okay, so hold on. Since he's shown to make true statements inside of JJK, it's possible